Alright, so I just want to let y'all know that I will be doing a live commentary stream for the big fight this weekend. Remember, there will be no footage, it will just be me commentating over the fight and telling you guys what I see. So if you guys want to see that live stream, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and hitting that notification bell so you get notified when I go live. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so it's fight week and we got a good one coming up. In the junior middleweight division, when Jermell, the Iron Man Charlo, takes on El Boxy, Brian Castano. This will be the rematch, the highly anticipated rematch between these two. This will be for the undisputed junior middleweight title of the world. So, in this video I'm going to give y'all my preview and prediction and what both fighters should do to be able to win this fight. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're talking boxing. Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano will be meeting up for the second time of their professional boxing careers for the undisputed junior middleweight title of the world. Obviously, Jermell Charlo holding the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF junior middleweight titles of the world, while Brian Castano holds the WBO title of the world. So, let's get right into it. Jermell Charlo, 34-1 with one draw, 18 big wins by way of KO. He's 31 years old. He is from Texas. He's 6 feet, has a 73-inch reach. Honestly, for Jermell Charlo, he kind of lost that fight with Brian Castano in the first one. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I felt like Jermell Charlo lost that fight. The big key for Jermell Charlo coming into the rematch is, one, he's gonna have to use a jab. There's no doubt about that. He's gonna have to use a jab. He cannot let Castano just smother him like the first fight. He cannot let Castano just have his way on the inside. That was a big issue in the first fight, and he honestly got hurt in that first fight because he let Brian Castano smother him and hit him with clean shots. But another big key for Jermell Charlo, and this is two keys for him, is that he needs to stop headhunting. He needs to use his power to the body. He needs to go to Brian Castano's body. He's going to have to go to his body. The Charlos have this thing where they like to headhunt and they like to hunt for knockouts. But if you know anything about boxing, you know knockouts come naturally and you can't hunt for them, because that's an easy way to get yourself knocked out or lose the fight. So that's what I want to see from Jermell Charlo. I want to see him use that jab to keep distance. Don't let Brian Castano smother him like the first fight, and be able to go to the body consistently. Go to the body at least a little bit. You don't have to go there all the time, but digging to that well can sometimes make a fighter think twice about coming on the inside. He'll make him think twice about fighting on the inside. Because in that first fight, he just let Brian Castano do whatever he wanted on the inside. There was no way that Brian Castano, being the shorter man, should be able to bully you into a corner and beat you up. Smothering your offense, by the way, and just beat you down in the corner as a smaller man. So Jermell Charlo needs to use that jab. He needs to go to the body to be able to keep Brian Castano at bay, because you know what Castano's gonna do in this fight. So, with that being said, Brian Castano is no pushover. He has 17 wins, 0 losses, 2 draws. Of course, one of those draws coming against Jermell Charlo. He has 12 wins by way of knockout. He's known as El Boxy. He is from Argentina, and he's 32 years old. He's 5'7" and has a 67-inch reach. Of course, his last fight was against Jermell Charlo. Honestly, Castano just needs to do what he did the first fight, with just a few minor adjustments. I do see one of the bigger keys being that Brian Castano needs to keep his defense tight. He cannot get undisciplined on defense. He cannot let his hands down, which I expect he won't do, because he's seen everything Jermell Charlo has thrown at him, and he's probably made adjustments. But either way, keeping that defense type, keep keeping your hands up for Castano will be a big key. Excuse me. And yeah, that's a big key for him, keeping his defense tight. I do think that Castano, he did a lot of following around the ring. I want to see him try to cut that ring off and make Jermell Charlo think about where he's going to go next. Don't give him any room to escape. Trap him on the ropes like he did in the first fight at times. And land clean body shots. So controlling distance is a big thing for both of these fighters. But for Castano, you know what he's going to come to do. He's gonna try to throw as many punches as possible. He's going to try to make Jermell Charlo uncomfortable. And he did it well in the first fight, and I fully expect him to do the same thing this fight. I do not expect him to come out tentative. I do not expect Jermell Charlo to come out tentative. That's why it should make for a good fight. However, I would like to see Castano force Jermell Charlo to fight on the inside. Charlo does not do well on the inside, and because Charlo is more of a mid-range fighter to me. He gets his power from fighting from the mid-range, able to counter punch you and get full extension on his punches. If he's not able to do that, Charlo will have problems, and that's exactly what Castano needs to do. So the main keys for Castano is get on the inside, smother Jermell Charlo, do not let him extend his punches to be able to get that full power on him, and keep your defense tight to where he won't be able to land those clean, flush power punches on you. If Brian Castano does that, he will be able to win this fight. So, at the end of the day, who do I think will win this fight? Well, considering how the first fight went, it's very tough to tell. A lot of people thought Jermell Charlo won. A lot of people felt that Brian Castano was cheated. And I don't think Brian Castano was cheated. I just think he should have won that fight. Now, the judges' scorecards, I do kind of disagree with. Tim Cheatham scored the bout 114-114. Nelson Velasquez, I'll save him for later. Steve Weisfeld scored the bout 114-113 in favor of Jermell Charlo. And I can't even believe this last one. Nelson Velasquez, yes, he scored this bout 111-117. There's no way. Now, there has to be something wrong with Nelson Velasquez's eyes. And I'm sorry, I think Steve Weisfeld scored the bout 114-113 to Castano. But Nelson Vasquez's card clearly impacted the way that fight ended. So, I do not expect this next fight to be a draw, I'll tell you that. But I expect it to be a good fight. I expect it to be a competitive fight. Who do I think will win? I'm going Castano, honestly. I think Castano has gotten to Jermell Charlo's psyche a little bit. That first fight, Jermell Charlo did not expect to come up against tough opposition like that. And to me, Jermell Charlo is going to have to make a lot of adjustments to be able to handle the pressure of Brian Castano. He can do it. He's talented enough to do it, Charlo. But it's just the mental side of it. Can he make those adjustments in the middle of a fight? Can he stop headhunting to be able to keep Brian Castano at distance? Can he be able to use a jab to keep Brian Castano at distance? So for those reasons, and I just don't think he'll be able to do that consistently enough. I'm not saying he won't do it. I'm not saying he can't do it. I just don't think he'll be able to do it consistently enough to keep Castano at bay, which is why I have to go Castano by split decision. I'll go by split decision. I think Castano will do the same thing he did the first fight. Force Jermell Charlo to fight on the inside, smother Jermell Charlo's offense, and keep his guard tight. That's the same recipe for success that Castano had in the first fight, and I think he'll execute that perfectly. So I got Brian Castano winning by split decision. But I expect it to be a good fight, and this will be a fight that will make the history books. This will be the first time whoever wins this fight will be the first junior middleweight undisputed champion of the world. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and who do you think will win, and explain why you think that person will win. Do you got Castano winning, or do you have Charlo? Explain why in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these boxing videos. Follow me on social media. Get ready for fight week. And I'm out. Peace.